Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, friends, to a Crazy Women Country special song release edition with Alannah McCready today. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy to be back.
I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while.
I know.
So for those who don't know you, do you want to tell everyone who you are? Kind of a little bit about you, maybe? Who is Alannah McCready?
I am a pop country music singer. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I am from Minnesota originally. I grew up playing hockey and singing songs for people, and ended up playing hockey in college and then moving after college and starting my music career. And I've been doing music full time since 2012. And now here I'm in Nashville and writing and singing and doing what I love every day.
Releasing awesome music.
That part too.
So the first song we're going to talk about today is On My Own. Now, I know the first time I heard that, I was feeling like this beautiful, peaceful melody to it. Mm-hmm. But as you hit the lyrics, I'm like, oh, nice. It's kind of like this nice empowerment, female empowerment. You want to tell everyone the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like, it's obviously it sounds like a sad song, but in reality, it's more about someone realizing that they'd rather be alone than be in something toxic or be in something that doesn't make them happy just for sake of being in it. So I think even though it sounds sad, and I mean, it does come across very sad because obviously something bad happened, but it sort of rounds out to where, no, this is actually better than what I was in. So we just kind of wanted to touch on that, it's okay to be alone, and you shouldn't stay in a relationship that doesn't make you happy or is toxic because you're afraid to be on your own.
Beautiful. I will say that was one of the first lines. The put all my dreams aside for someone who never loved me the same. That line, I was like, oh, that is a good line. Like, of course there were lots of good lines, but that one just like hit me today. I'm like, whoa. Like,
unfortunately, it is true. So, and I figured if I went through it, I'm probably not the only one. So,
yeah, I think we've all gone through those relationships too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And of course, I love the line of people hide their love and live in fear. That I think no matter, we talk about, equal rights across the board for everyone kind of a thing. And that to me just was one of those lines of, oh, that is a beautiful line. Like, that is so true with everyone. Like, there's some people that obviously we'll talk about people coming out of the closet. Well, there are people that feel that way. And, it's like, yeah. And in general, they're just people that feel like, okay, well, maybe my friends and parents won't, this person, and so that's kind of that there's just such this universal to that song.
I'm so happy that comes across because that is something that I was really hoping with these songs, even though they're about pretty specific things that have happened to me or that happened to people around me that I've witnessed or talked about. Even though they're about those things, we were really hoping to kind of make sure that it resonates with as many people as possible in their own situations and make sure that the music is applicable to not just these specific situations that we're referring to.
Absolutely. I think you did such a great job doing that. So why don't we stop talking and we'll play On My Own for everyone. How's that sound?
Perfect.
All right.
Woke up and I'm 30 and my life just flashed before me. I thought by now I'd have it figured out, but now it's getting scary. All my friends are getting married and loneliness and I have made a 'cause a broken heart don't fill an empty home. So I guess I'll have to be here on my own. On my own, yeah. Wish I could forget you, but when it's snowing in December, I think about the love we used to share. They say time's supposed to heal ya, but the pain I still remember. And even though I try, there's still some left. Oh, I feel sad about the world we live in now, where people hide their love and live in fear. I put everybody first, but when I'm the one that hurts, no one's ever there to dry my tears. I don't wanna do this life alone. Good men are hard to find, I should've known. Yeah, love's a risk we're taking, don't know if I should take it. 'Cause a broken heart don't fill an empty home. So I guess I'll have to be here on my own. On my own, yeah. On my own. I don't wanna do this life alone. Good men are hard to find, I should've known. You know love's a risk we're taking, don't know if I can take it. A broken heart don't fill an empty home. I never thought that I'd be here alone, but for now I guess I'll be here.
That was a beautiful song we just heard. Hope you all loved it as
Thank
much as I did. So the next song we're going to talk about is Back to Me, which is actually the title of the EP.
Yes.
So you want to tell us a little bit how you kind of came about to this song? Like, the story behind it. Was it based on fact or fiction or combination?
Yeah, definitely true. We were writing it and we were talking, I wanted it to be, I always like to do at least one like girl power anthemic type track on all of my projects. And I knew that I wanted this one to be that. And so Will and I were writing it, and we were just talking about, just conversating about relationships, like in writing sessions, whenever you're trying to do topics or come up with ideas or whatever, you just start talking about stuff. And then someone will be like, oh, that, and then kind of expand on it. And I had mentioned something about how every single one of my ex-boyfriends has tried to come back at a later time after we've broken up. And Will was like, that's it. That's what it's going to be. So, I've been cheated on before and they've still tried to come back, and that's in the song too, but it's just kind of like, a lot of times I feel like in relationships when people cheat or when they do something wrong and then they realize that they leave and they realize that the grass actually isn't greener on the other side and they want to come back, but it's too late because you've already made your choice. And that's kind of what it's about. And about kind of having to teach someone a tough lesson when they do that. And I wanted it to be the title track of the project as well, kind of in a double meaning, because this is the first project I've released in almost 4 years. And I feel like in that time I was touring so much, I wasn't writing as much, I wasn't doing as much for my own music. And so I feel like this project was kind of getting back to myself. And so when we were trying to think of a title for the whole project, I was like, actually, let's just have it be back to me. And then it's also a title of one of the songs, but it has kind of a double meaning. So
Yes,
that's
it does
kinda
have a
how it
double
came
meaning. I
out.
totally caught that when I was listening and just,
Oh, perfect.
yeah. So I was like, oh, wait, I have to listen to that again. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, wait, did that just have a double? Yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes you're listening and like I'll be listening and doing my day job and so I'm listening and but I'm like, wait, did I just hear what I heard? I'm like, I have to stop work for 2 minutes
Yeah.
and listen to the song and yeah. And so I will
Yeah.
say I really liked how like walking away from the drama, that line came in. I'm like, yes, that's what we all need to do. Walk away from those guys that are like.
Unfortunately, it's harder. It's easier said than done, apparently. So that's the fun part.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think a lot of people bring drama. I think that's it's very hard to. Yeah,
Drama is addicting for some people, and so
absolutely.
it's very, very hard to step away from. But then when you do find a step away from it, you're like, oh, well, this is way better.
Absolutely. I love the line. I'm the kind of girl that fights back. We can go to war. You won't see a white flag. I was like, that was such an empowering line there for women. Like, yeah, we're going to stand up and it's like, that was that like,
Yep. It's like, listen, you want to go, let's go, but I'm not giving up. So whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it, but I will not quit.
Yeah. That was such an awesome line in that song.
Thank you.
Oh, all right. So we'll let everyone listen to that and we'll be back shortly with you all. So as I mentioned earlier, I was dancing to that song. Not so much on my chair here, but earlier.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a good, I feel like it's one of those ones you can just like bounce around, like scream at the top of your lungs in the car.
Absolutely. And the car, yeah, crank up for the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to leave and go in the car and let you know how that works.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, so another song we're going to talk about off of this EP is an awesome duet. Can I Call?
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
know.
I think it's something different. And I love it because it's something different from you, I think.
Yes. It's the first time I've ever released a duet.
Well, it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was the last one that we did for the project. It was the last thing that we wrote and recorded. And throughout making the project, we knew we wanted to do a duet at some point, but not really sure. And it was nice because it was the last song we did for it. And me and Will and Sterling all co-wrote this one together. So it was like kind of like our nice little bow on the project that we all did together. So, yeah, I mean, Sterling actually came up with the concept. He came out of the shower and he was like humming a little bit of it and was like, "Can I call you?" Whatever. And Will and I were like, "That's the duet." Like, he's like, "Yeah, run with it." So we did, and this is what we came up with. And we are just blown away by how many people are resonating with it and loving it and making their own videos to it and just like using it to tell people they miss them, that they love and everything. It's just exactly what we were hoping for.
Oh, and it's beautiful. And that's exactly what it's about. I mean, missing your loved one, being long distance. I mean, even through the pandemic, I mean, and I know this is more in the lover sense, if you will, but you can also relate this to your family and friends that you weren't able to just go hang out with and, like your parents and grandparents and just,
Yes, absolutely. When we wrote it, we were thinking about that too. We were like, this is obviously a love song about a long distance relationship, but this is about just missing someone that you love that you can't see anyone, whoever that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's just been so crazy to see how many people have actually used it for that. And it's just amazing to see.
It is. And I think that's what the universal part of it is. It's just missing someone and being in the distance. I mean, there's,
it's very simple, but
it's funny because when I listened to it the first time, I was like, that makes perfect sense because especially for musicians, because you're always on the road a lot, it seems,
Yeah.
Oh, minus the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
On the road.
That added a whole other layer. Added a whole other layer of it.
Oh, definitely. No. So we'll let everyone listen to that one. If anything else you want to talk about with that one? Was there anything specific that, lyrically, were there any lyrics that were really like, oh, that is like the lyric, like, sometimes you have a bridge and you're like, we got to work a song around a bridge or.
I think, with this one, we started off already having the Can I Call concept and a little bit of like a melody and stuff. And I think that, and then we wrote our verses separately and then came back together and kind of workshopped the whole thing together. But I think I just love how simple it is, that it's such a simple concept. It's such a simple phrase. It's just the whole thing is simple. The song is simple, but then the melodies are very intricate and the harmonies are so, intricate and amazing. And so I just love that it's just simple because that's one thing people are saying, because I just feel like now in today's society, even it's not like, let me just call this person and like say, hi, I miss you. Like, no, it's like texting or it's DMing or it's all these things. And there's just something to be said to like hear someone's voice on the other end of the phone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So without further ado, here's the duet. Can I Call You? Or Can I Call? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
You're 1,000 miles away. For me, it's not okay. Wish Wish I was closer to you. And I don't wanna wait another minute or a day. We should make it sooner. Even though we're far, if I can't be where you are, then I just have one thing to say. Can I call you just to say how much I miss you? How I wish that I can kiss you. There's nothing more I want right now. So can I call you? 'Cause I'm tired of being lonely. So until the day you hold me, if I can't see you at all, can I call?
Yeah. I'm chasing a dream that no one else can see. But girl, I know you see. And I won't hesitate. And if I get a chance to take someone, you know you're coming with me. And even though we're far, if I can't be where you are, then I just have one thing to say. Can I call you just to say how much I miss you? How I wish that I can kiss you. There's nothing more I want right now. So can I call you? 'Cause I'm tired of being lonely. So until the day you hold me, if I can't see you at all, can I call?
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 Can I?
Oh, can I call? Yeah.
Can I call you?
Just to say how much I miss you. How I wish that I can kiss you. There's nothing more I want right now. So can I call you? 'Cause I'm tired of being lonely. So until the day you hold me, if I can't see you at all, can I call?
Can I call?
Can I call?
That's an awesome duet.
Thank you.
You're right. It might be simple, but it is just beautiful.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Aw, I'm so glad you were here today to go talk to us more about your songs.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love going through them like this, especially releasing a full project. Like, it's nice to kind of give a few of the songs their own little moment.
Absolutely. Because, that's the point. You highlight each of them without maybe going all overboard, because sometimes when you do a
Exactly.
release, you're doing everything, aren't you? Like
Yes.
everywhere and
Yes.
the chaos
all over
behind it.
Yeah, all over the place.
Oh. Well, you are welcome back anytime and we can do some more songs.
I love it here. Yes.
And yeah. And maybe hopefully when I get to Nashville, we'll get to actually do something in person.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I would love to. Let me know.
Absolutely. Or we can
I'll
just
be here.
kidnap you to Florida. And obviously
Or
you can
that. My parents
bring
have a
the
house
pup.
in Florida, so I go there all the time.
See, that would be perfect. Let's just do that. We'll just kidnap you to
Perfect.
Florida and we'll just sign you up for some tour dates and promote the
Perfect.
music.
Yes,
Awesome.
ma'am.
See, plan is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Well, thank you again for joining me. And
Thank you.
thank you everyone for joining us for a song release episode at Crazy Women Country. If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.